So just reminding me to go the resolution. The party. That being the bus, they just went coming past, arriving it de-arrived itself, or unarrived itself, and other stuff like that. Because they're gonna have enough time to show the fueling or anything. The arrival sounds fun. Something a lot. I didn't mention to Tanya that the restaurant tried to stop me. That video will be the last YouTube video for tonight, including with this. It's the new bag that I purchased yesterday that was ripped off in front of everybody inside jail mall. interesting to have a little stalker on the YouTube channel at this point. One there on the file. But notice the entitled behavior of the criminal from the restaurant. I'm gonna mention that criminal as well. Yeah, so in this one, right next, since this is on YouTube in public, right before this movie here inside the bus now, there was this entitled person that was right next to me. As I was already there, not arriving, I was there for some time. And I was eating my food, which was some little bit of beef. You can see that everything in the video. And then there's this criminal who showed up, and at this point they have such a code of protocol that they follow that I knew that was a criminal in an instant, and I filmed it. Lo and behold, the one individual from the restaurant that tried to take advantage of me today. And again, very few people try to rob money from a homeless person. Anyway, it's on fire. The on arrival, and furthermore, which two things they have an attitude after that. So after that, and I think that was roughly before everybody started yelling about the ditch, laughing and doing all sorts of things, and they left very satisfied. They said radiant would be the word that I used to describe earlier. There's a table right in front of me, next in front of the Asian Oriental something restaurant, and where I used to buy something almost every day. Well, I started actually, but it was being like several days away. And then they say that they try to act up something for me to listen and listen to share. I listen to my video about sovereign citizens and such, and then very, very entitled, as I said, behavior when throughout the entire interaction, and most importantly, trying to say things for me to listen. This is audio recording that they tampered with, but the one on this phone they didn't, and guess what you'll be listening to right now? Indeed. So you're gonna play it from one to the other, one after the other. The quality's gonna be shit. Yeah, no, the quality's gonna be too bad. I'm probably gonna just leave it here. It's available to you. It's gonna be given to the rest of the backup. It is on file, and then you have this thing here. So it's important to mention this one is that I mentioned on the one, but the one's gonna be published alongside the rest of the evidence to be published, either given to the press, or if something very more sensitive to me, it's just gonna be auto-published later on YouTube. Well, in more than one place, that's for sure. And at the end of the day, this one goes to YouTube now, like tonight, when I get. So just to clarify, and for any future crimes after the 7th of April, I want this in full context to causality relationships, right? So in other words, something causing something else, not to be confused based on the day. Also, I want to point out as for the bus crime thing, that as I was asking to leave because someone had ripped over my bag, and he pretended not to listen to that. Just chef's kiss, as I said, for the press, when you get to listen to that and see the general behavior. As I said, those things have relatively small legal value, particularly compared to the other things you did establish, as in the actual criminal relationship between all the three types of crimes, because crimes are rampant, right? So which types of crimes? And that's important, because we have to link up every single phase to the drug crimes, link up every single phase to the other more topical one, which is, again, chef's kiss. And also link up all the criminals themselves, because principle of criminal conspiracy, I'm not answering on the done here, but something any real prosecutor deals with in a daily basis. So what else? I think that's about it. To mention every single point, and you know, see what else to mention. Anyway. So yes, that vehicle came from the direction, went all the way up there, and then came back to the same direction once again. You would understand how nonsensical it is if you know what the direction has, which is absolutely nothing. So either way, and you can make a turn everywhere, because one thing you actually have plenty of is empty space, how trucks make a returns over there and they leave the building, so it's interesting. And by the way, if you know what I'm not moving, this is that crime is why I'm not moving. Literally, it's the crime. They're apparently not. Ah, yes, I forgot to mention. Didn't find was that much worth it. Not only did they ripped off, as you saw, the outer bag, which is the one that is shooting my back. They ripped off apparently this one too, because it doesn't attach itself anymore. So, remember the time, and I think that this even happened then. I think this was just some ordinary crime. I mentioned in that restaurant, it has no relationship to them whatsoever. Maybe this was just an ordinary crime that happened earlier. What we know for sure is that same method, same signature, the cut in the middle, the same criminal that did this the same criminal that did this that day here when I was arriving at Jelson's place, likely was the criminal who did this today in the mall. Which means that the criminal is someone who goes to the mall and takes this bus, which options are relatively small, or at least I did that one day. But as I said, a $3 bag to establish that those crimes happen in front of everybody. It's too good. Okay? Because again, you can still listen to it. As I said several times, you can listen to it through those audio recordings, through most of the recordings. You might not be able to listen to the final seconds, but other than the final seconds, you can listen to the recording. So I'd say final 2 seconds to be my best guess. It was a lot, which means that you should listen, check it out, all the things. On there, you're gonna listen to the laughter, and they're gonna listen to all the crap. And by the way, the criminal who hacked the phone knows that, right? He knows that the files are there. He knows the files are accessible. No, so that I will be the one person to know that. So I just want to put that in perspective, that criminal either said that to those criminals, which means that they know they're being recorded and know the recording stands, or they lied to them, in which case it's interesting in his own way, but it's not, I mean, you're going to plead to the law for me. So. There you go, 4 walk criminal. Yeah, you will not stop getting loose, no matter what I do. Oh, just fix. I think it was at the point later, because of remember the pen drive that fell on the floor, and I said that there was a lot of help with find it. Actually, I don't. I still have this gut feeling there's something that happened way earlier. But this is the thing, if it had happened earlier, I would have known it. There was some point in the day, and all of a sudden it's very useful to move the back. None of the drugs are thrown on me. Nose blowing out. This would be either inside the bus, in best gas, or in the space between there and here.